Welcome to Aligned with Kell Quarrell, the podcast where we talk all things small business. It's a mix of mindset, empowerment, real conversations, and of course, alignment. I'm your host, Kell Quarrell, a businesswoman with close to 20 years of business experience. Get ready for a mix of solo deep dives and inspiring interviews with awesome guests who will share how they have aligned their businesses with the lives they love. Let's dive in to align your business with the life you've always wanted. Welcome to another episode of Aligned with Kell Quarrell. I am Kell, and on today's episode, I'm going to be sharing with you a powerful aha moment we had in our very first session inside Elevate and Align Mastermind. We officially kicked off the mastermind this week, and of course, we had an incredible aha moment in the very first session. But before we dive into today's episode, I wanted to let you know that next week's episode is also going to be a solo deep dive before I then bring back some incredible guests to the podcast. So I have got some amazing women teed up to come on and share a little bit more about what they do in business and how it is that they also run aligned businesses. So stay tuned for more on that at a later date. But for today's episode, as I said, I wanted to share this incredibly powerful aha moment. And I do believe it is something that many women in business can struggle with. And it absolutely can be the missing piece of the puzzle if it is that you are feeling stuck, out of alignment, or unfulfilled in your business. So we were exploring values and vision, two incredibly important elements for creating an aligned business. And what we discovered was really quite eye-opening. Many of the women had values that actually didn't align with what their version of success looked like for them. And this realization sparked a much bigger and deeper conversation amongst the 6 beautiful women we have inside the mastermind. And that was why we often choose values we think we should have instead of those that truly matter to us. And so this came about when I was putting together the final pieces of our first presentation, which was all around values, vision, purpose, and priorities. And so when I was looking at each woman's individual intake form for the mastermind, I recognized a pattern. And the pattern was that what they were sharing their version of success looked and felt like to them didn't seem to show up in their core values. And so many women shared things in regards to their version of success, like financial security, wealth, financial contribution to their family, freedom to spend time with the people that they love, the freedom to spend time doing the things that they love, and then also a sense of calm and peace in their life. Yet when I looked at the values that each individual woman shared, these things weren't kind of represented in their values. And I just want to say, I am not here to say that their values were incorrect. I'm also not here to say that there is a right way or a wrong way for you to determine what your core values are. What I'm sharing this with you is so that you can ask yourself, are your values truly reflective of what you want in your life and business, or are they based on what you think you should have? So me kind of pointing this out to the beautiful women in our mastermind, as I said, really opened up a much bigger conversation. And that was, why had they chosen the values that they got? And was there some additional values that needed to be added to really represent what their bigger vision for their business was. And I think many women choose values based on what they think they should have. And that comes from perhaps societal pressures or their upbringing. And it can come from the fact that we as women are put forward as the caregivers, as the nurturers, as the people that give, and not necessarily taught that we are allowed to value the things that really light us up. And for many of the women, that was this sense of financial security and financial contribution. And as I said, one of the biggest takeaways from the session was that it's important to align your values with your vision in order to create a business that feels fulfilling, but also has this element of sustainable growth. And that if financial security was part of their vision of success, then maybe that needed to be represented in some way, shape, or form with their values. You know, we were talking about some people determine or get clear on their values by thinking about being present at their own funeral and listening to people speak about them in their eulogy, and what is it that they would want those people to share about them. What would they want them to say their values were, and how that they made people feel, and what it is they brought to other people's lives. And sometimes this is where the disconnect comes from, when it is that we are putting a value on financial security or wealth or money, because we can't see, or we don't want to think about people talking about us saying, oh yeah, she really valued money. But what we can do is we can look at having financial security and having financial abundance or creating wealth. What does that allow us to do? Does that allow us to be more generous? Does that allow us to have a higher level of contribution? And so how does that align with our values? And if it is that you want to have the freedom to spend time doing the things that you love, or the freedom to, spend time with the people that you love, then is freedom really important to you? So this, as I said, brought up a beautiful, deeper conversation in regards to values and vision. And I suggested to the women in the mastermind that they go away, they write their current values down somewhere where they can see them, and that they just connect in with them day in, day out over the next, say, week, and see whether or not they really feel like they truly align with those that they have written down, and to maybe find whether or not there is some of those values that maybe need to be changed, or there might be a couple that maybe needed to be added. And so if you're someone that is like, I'm not sure of my values altogether, or I'm actually not clear on the values that I now have on my list are actually what it is that I truly, deeply desire, maybe you could consider taking some time to write down your version and your vision for success. What does it look like? What does it feel like? What does it involve? And then write down your current list of values and be really honest with what they are, and just compare the two lists. Are your values supporting your vision? And if not, where is the disconnect, and why is there a disconnect? And then can you choose between 3 to 5 values that truly align with your vision for your life and your business? And something else we actually discussed in session 1 was the differences in their core values for their life, and does that matter if they are slightly different to their core visions for their business? And I'm always here to say, if having different values in life and in business feels right for you, then run with that. I'm not here to tell you there is a right way or a wrong way, or there is only one way. This is where you get to lean in what feels good for you, and also understand that it's okay that your values evolve. As your vision grows, as you grow, your values will too. And that will be something that you get to connect in with ongoing, to make sure that the values that you have, uh, are the things that lead you to make the right decisions that are aligning with the true vision for your business. So I just wanted to share that today because, one, it was incredibly powerful. It was absolutely something that I didn't foresee coming when I first created the month one presentation for Elevate and Align, but it was absolutely something that those women walked away with, understanding that they have the ability to really choose values that they deeply connect with and that align with their vision and their version of success. And when they do that, they know that they're going to have a much clearer path forward, because they will be making decisions aligning with their values that are therefore also aligning with their vision. So I'm going to challenge you this week to take a closer look at your values and your vision and ensure that they align with each other, so that you are creating a business that truly reflects what it is that you want. Now, if you're like, I want to be a part of Elevate and Align Mastermind, I'm excited to let you know that I have already announced the doors will reopen on the 10th of February 2025. Get your name on the waitlist if you would like to be the first person to know when doors open. Waitlist members will also get early access, because remember, Elevate and Align Mastermind is limited to 10 women only each round. And the doors have closed for this round. We've already kicked off. And as I said, incredibly big aha moments just in our very first session. So you can find the waitlist link in the show notes. I would love to see your name pop up so that I can send you a personal invitation and early access for when the doors reopen next February. But I want to thank you for tuning in today. I hope this conversation has sparked some reflection and empowers you to go and align your values with your vision. Until next time, take care, have an incredible day, and I look forward to coming back next week with another solo deep dive episode. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Aligned with Kell Quarrell. I hope our conversations have inspired you to be bold in the pursuit of your dreams. If you enjoyed today's episode, I'd be so grateful if you shared it with the business women in your life and took the time to leave a review. Your feedback is like an ice-cold glass of Prosecco, always welcomed and always appreciated. You might even consider giving the show a follow. Until next time, continue to take bold action towards aligning your business with your deepest desires.